Hello, everybody. Great to be here. What a great day it is, actually. I'm super excited about this amazing book. So let me see who's on here for this. It is exciting. Hey, Susan. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Hubert. Hey, everybody. I've got you all just on videos off and just talking in the chat box. So if you if you want to say hi, you can in the chat box. Which is fantastic. So I'm so thrilled to be here. Today's been a long time in the making, over a year, actually. Over a year to manifest this moment and to release this awesome book on the world. So super excited. Couldn't be more excited, actually. If there's a way to be more excited, I would have already done it. I'm back in Australia. Yeah. Back in Australia, back home, had a quick trip over to the United States last week, which was great. Went to Atlanta. I don't know. Have you guys done it yet? I took a ride in a driverless vehicle. Has anyone done that yet? I took Waymo. Has anyone taken a Waymo before? Oh my God, it was amazing. It was so cool. So if you haven't taken a Waymo yet, do it. It's hilarious to begin with. So you order it on an Uber. And so you order it on Uber, it's super cool. And then you turn up and then the phone opens the door and you get into the car and the car says to you, put on your seatbelt and tells you a few things like here's how to make the car pull over if you need, or here's how to, emergency stop. And then it just the steering wheel moves. There's no steering wheel moves, no one's in there, and it takes you into traffic and indicates and goes through lanes. And I'm sitting there like filming it, Like, well, do you know what the funniest thing was though? Funniest thing. So you finish, you get out. It asked for a tip. It asked for a tip. I was like, who am I tipping? Oh my God. So awesome. Anyway, I think they're amazing. What a privilege it is to be able to live in a world where, we get to focus on something else other than that. So it was really cool. So that was cool. Do you know the other thing that I saw while I was in Atlanta, while I'm on that topic, is we're walking along one evening and there are these like these these trolley like shopping cart type trolley things, so shopping carts, and they were everywhere and they had these big lights on like out the front. Um and like big lights, and they were shopping carts and they're about up to my waist, and they looked really solid, and they were everywhere, just robots. And I saw like five, and I asked my Uber driver, I'm like, what are those? And he says, oh, those are delivery vehicles. So I was so intrigued. I'm filming them, looking at these things like, what are they? And then eventually I find the guy who's sort of in charge of them. And it turns out that it's a startup from the beginning of the year and they deliver food. And so instead of having to, walk down and get your food, these little things. So I ordered with them, and it's really cool. So it goes and gets the food for you, then brought it to the reception of my hotel, and then it rings you. And it's an automated message and says, your food's downstairs. You come down, you put your phone on the machine, you open it up, and there's your food. And I was like, wow, yeah, how cool is that? Yeah. Have you guys seen those? Have you guys seen those? That it was so cool. Anyway, so I was so intrigued. We don't have any of that in Australia yet, and they have all of that going on in Atlanta. So it was really cool. Hey, it was really cool. Anyway, so yeah, I just got back from an amazing time, amazing trip over there, and I'm so thrilled to come back and be releasing this book. And it's just so funny that that's what's on my mind, because what's on my mind is just our power to manifest the impossible, to dream and to think about what's next for our human story. Who agrees with that? Like, we get to start thinking about what's next for our human story. We're all part of a human story, and we're in this amazing quantum leap, in the last 30, 40, maybe 50 years. The quantum leap's just amazing. Like, it's incredible, but especially starting to get to that true, part of the curve where things just are jumping so quick. And it's exciting to start thinking about what's the next part of our human story when this idea of having a job is gone, you know? And I think that's so thrilling. Does anyone else think that's thrilling? What's it going to be like when the idea of a job is no longer necessary? What's this new structure? You know, we've had a structure for probably 250 years where a job has been a thing that we've all gone and got, but it's not been that long, you know. I was sitting in meditation, I mean, about a week or so ago, and I was thinking about how lucky I am to, you know, be able to spend as much time as I want with my son, and you know, I work in the morning most of the time, and spend the afternoon in the pool with him and playing tennis and playing golf and having a great time. And I was like, man, so lucky to be able to work from home. And then I realized, like, 150 years ago, working from home was the only option. You know, we all work from home. You know, it's not a new thing that the dad can be at home. That's just how it always was. I was like, oh, that's funny. And I got this download, like, we kind of get to come back to truth. Anyway, Buckminster Fuller said this amazing thing. He said it's going to become a time where humanity is going to need to pass our final exam. We're going to need to pass our final exam. And our final exam is whether we're going to use all of our inventiveness and technology to create a planet and a system where we can all thrive, or if it's going to lead to our destruction. And I think that's the point we're at right now. Who agrees with that? We're at this point where we're facing our final exam, and I choose that we pass that test and that we use all of this amazing inventiveness and capability in robotics and AI to create, you know, an amazing thriving. Because what other choice do we have? Mm. And I think that's such an important question, is that we're in our final exam, and you get to sit there and hear that and ask yourself, are you part of creating the future we all want, or are we getting drawn into the madness of the narrative and how bad it all is? You know, which one are you going to be a part of? Because what I know for sure, and let me know if this is true for you, is that our natural ability, our natural essence is to be a creator, is to create, to manifest, right? Just think about that driverless car that I sat in, or having those little delivery carts. I mean, just imagine the amount of ingenuity, the amount of inventiveness, creativity over hundreds, if not thousands of years that we've had to put in place to now be able to have these amazing things, right? Isn't that interesting? We've had to go through all of that. And so we are a part of this story. You're a part of the story, and I'm a part of the story. And that's really what this book is about. And so I am so excited, along with some of my amazing authors. And I've already seen a bunch of my authors on here already. My co-authors, I saw Galit, I saw Carmen, and other authors. Put your hand up, say hi in the chat box if you're here, because I'm holding the first copy. I'm holding the first copy. And there's all these amazing authors that are a part of it. And I can see Monty is in here, and I'm so thrilled to see that you're here, which is fantastic. And so it is such a privilege to be sharing this book with you, because what I know for sure is our power to manifest, and our power to create, and our power to turn our thoughts into things. That power is there and available, but it's being harnessed in the wrong way. Who agrees with that? It's been used in the wrong way. So I want you to think about this: is we have an internal reality that is literally changing our external reality. It's like a holographic universe. And unfortunately, this internal reality, it is being hijacked, and we've been born into the wrong direction in life. We are continually being focused internally to go towards fear, towards worry, towards the problem orientation, and towards what's not working. And this hijacking of our internal system is causing all of us to take action and follow the wrong path. And what we're here to understand is that path, that focus isn't our true nature. That's a learnt focus, and it's a learnt way of being. And so, can I ask who's already got the book? By the way, who's already gone and got the book? It's a really good book, and I'm going to talk to you about all the different chapters and some of my highlights from every single chapter. Tamala's there. Congrats, Tamala. You're now an author, soon to be best-selling author. And each author contributed their story of letting go of their old focus, their old way of orienting to the world, letting that go and refocusing on the future. And here's what I love about it is so often people think that this is all only Chris is the one that does it, but it's not. We have thousands of amazing stories of super, super, super capable creative beings who have used our work to manifest some incredible results. And you got to go read these stories, because what this does is it starts to create a different internal representation of reality, a different focus. And this different focus, feeding yourself good stories, feeding yourself good intention, good things, is so much better than the crap we're getting fed through social media or through traditional media or politics. So, team, could we put the link in for those who haven't got it? Because I want to inspire you. We've put this price down to basically nothing. It was the cheapest we could put it. Amazon wouldn't let us go any cheaper. So it's $2.99, which is just, I guess, what we have to pay Amazon to host it on their site. So it's $3. And I would love you to get a book for yourself. Get another book for your best friend. We've got Thanksgiving and Christmas and these things coming up. Get a book for them as well. Help us get this message out to as many people as we can, because don't we all agree? There is so many other voices out there, and we just need this one. We need this one. So I'm going to talk you through the book, why it's so important. And, my intention is every single one of you at least get one copy of it. All right. Someone just said they had credits. So they only had to put in 80 cents to get this. Isn't that incredible? So my chapter is good, but it's not the only chapter. These chapters are absolutely exciting. And so I really do want to say, go get the book, and don't just get one. Make sure you get one for someone else that you really care about. If you don't care about them, don't get them a book, because there's some amazing information in this. And so let me just talk you a little bit through about why it's so important, okay? To learn how to take control and to manifest is so crucial, because we are part of a new story. We're part of a new story. But what's happening is, because we've had unconscious programming and conditioning, we are consistently following a path that leads us to more dissatisfaction in life. And who agrees with that, by the way? Who's noticed that? People do not know how to use their internal system to be able to create what it is that they would love. And it's a real shame. And then what happens actually is, even those that are focused on trying to create a new reality, they get convinced by therapy, self-help, personal development, that there's something that they must fix about themselves in order to create what they love. And this is where people lose themselves for decades. They lose themselves for decades trying to fix themselves, trying to finally be whole enough to have what they want. And it's such a freaking lie. It's such a lie. See, it doesn't matter who you are, how you focus, your reality is all that matters. So I'll give you an example, right? Because just to check in, who's found themselves lost in therapy, self-help, personal development, and kind of realized they've been doing it for a few years and maybe things haven't changed that much. Who's ever any yeses? Anyone found that? Yeah. See, what I notice is that the focus of most of those courses and industries is that if you become a certain way, okay, then you'll be able to get what you want. Now, just think about this. If you become, so what are some of the ideas we're told? Who's ever heard your net worth equals your self-worth? Who's ever heard that? Who's ever heard, that you have to heal your traumas in order to be successful? Anyone, you have to have a healing. Has anyone ever heard that you need to be positive to get results? Yeah. And so what this book is about understanding that all of that has a place. We 100% want you to feel good about yourself. We think that you should let go of your traumas and your past, and we believe that. We do. However, it has nothing to do with manifesting. It has nothing to do with creating. In fact, if you create a life you love, you don't need a lot of that. If you focus and create a life you love with people you love, with the amount of money you would love, with the home that you'd love, with the body if you create a life you love, a lot of that's not needed. So I want to share a metaphor, one I really love. I really love this metaphor just to really help you understand what this book is about. Then I'm going to go through it in detail. So I want you to imagine that you want to create an amazing food garden, like a garden with just the most amazing food. Can you imagine that? Like what would you want to have in there? Like strawberries and, maybe citrus fruits. Maybe you would want, some cabbages and lettuces and tomatoes and, sweet potato and potato, like just all the best food. And maybe you want, cucumbers and peppers. So that's what you want. That's your vision. Can you just imagine that's your vision? So you want to create this amazing food garden, something that's going to sustain you, organic, beautiful for you and your family. Doesn't that sound great? Wouldn't you love to have that? Yeah, yeah, I would love that. So what are you going to do to have this? Well, the first thing that you would do is you'd need to get the land. Yeah. You need to get the land. And then you might want to like get the soil, right, and get the right, right dirt and right soil. You'd like to get that right. And then you might want to put a fence around it. You put a fence around it. And then, you want to get the right seeds and you might make some planter boxes and, you build up this garden. And then you're gonna plant the seeds and you're gonna give it the right nutrients and you're gonna learn about which seeds you have to put next to each other and how the soil is going to work and the climate and what and you got to create it and you got to do it and so what you must do is become a good gardener, right? So you'll do it and you become a good gardener and you'll learn and you make mistakes and you'll laugh and you'll get advice and you'll keep doing it. And eventually if you do that and you choose and you focus and either you become a good gardener or you hire someone to do it, as long as it gets done, what's the end result? You'll have a garden. Is it true? But here's what you didn't have to do, and here's what didn't matter. Okay? There's only one thing that mattered, but here's what didn't matter. It does not matter whether you were positive or negative, happy, sad, were in gratitude, meditated a certain way, ate certain food. None of that mattered. It just mattered that you went out there, focused, and took action. It doesn't matter if you're blue, pink, yellow, black, white, orange. It doesn't matter what color you are, as long as you went out there and took the action. It doesn't even matter whether you listen to a certain guru. It doesn't matter as long as you took the action and kept going. It doesn't matter if you believed you were worthy of having a garden. You just had to do it. It doesn't matter what upbringing that you had. It doesn't matter if you speak a different language or pray to a different God. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you do it. What matters is that you focus and that you do it. It doesn't matter what books you read. It doesn't matter if you're illiterate. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It just matters that you do it. And this is the key, is that we want to teach you this process, and that's what this book is about. Does that make sense? It's about learning how to manifest what you want in your life without needing to fix yourself. Does that sound good? Give me a yes in the chat box. Give me some energy if you're getting it. Like, it's without needing to fix yourself. That's what this is about. It's about realizing that you don't need some vibration or some frequency or some silly, wacky machine, or you don't need to eat the right food or put a certain intention. You just don't need it. What you need to do is learn to create. And there's this whole world that is collapsed in on manifestation and creativity. And the world that's collapsed in on it is how you need to be. And what it is it's focusing the wrong part of you. See, someone write this down. You just need to be it to see it. You just need to be it to see it. But what is the it? The it is to be super conscious. And most of the time, what people are doing is they are denying their superconscious awareness, trying to fix their unconscious wound. I see it time and time and time again. Instead of being superconscious, pulling in wisdom, taking action, and turning their thoughts into things, they're off trying to fix these ideas that they're not it, that they can't be it. So I want to take you on a little exercise to help you understand what I mean by being it. Okay. But hey, who's enjoying today so far? I hope you're getting something out of it. It's all in the book, by the way. And these stories in here are going to transform the way you think. So as you all will be aware, you have a current reality. This current reality can be focused in two different ways. It can be focused on a desired reality, or it can be focused on an unconscious wound. And this belief system is typically how you can't have what you want. So it can be focused in one of two ways. When you focus on what you want, you pull in wisdom on how to create it. When you focus in your unconscious wound, you focus and you pull in reasons why you can't have it. So you're either bringing in wisdom of how to manifest the impossible or reasons why you can't have it. And it's all about which way you're focused. Does that make sense? If you're focused on the end result, on the garden, and then you're pulling in wisdom and you're taking the action and you're going for it, you end up with a garden. If you're giving yourself reasons about why you can't have it, it's because you're focused in an unconscious wound that's designed to keep you safe. So let's talk about the superconscious thing, because being it is the key. So can I do two little exercises with you? Can I do a couple? Can we do a couple exercises? Let me just check in. Have you guys all gone and got the book? I'm going to give you a great couple exercises. Going to give you a lot of things. But without the book, everything that I share with you today will just be like icing without the cake. And as nice as this is, you need to get the cake, right? Like today's going to be awesome. It's the sizzle, but you also need the steak. This is the gravy. You need to go get the meat and potatoes. Basically, make sure you go and get the book. don't forget this. This is just smoke. You need the fire, Tamala. Yeah, it's $2.99. Robert doesn't have two. Can someone buy Robert a copy of the book? Can someone doesn't have $3. Can someone buy him a copy? So we want everyone to get a copy of this, eh? If you don't have $3, I'm sure someone can sponsor you $3 for the book, hey? So we want you to have it. We want everyone to have the book. It's very important. So I'm going to take you through a little exercise, okay? And so it's a closed eye exercise, and it starts off quite obvious, and then there you go, Robert. We've got two of our authors are going to sort you out with a copy of the book. One, very, very awesome. So no stress, no stress at all. I think it's a very good book to buy and hand out, because there's many people, maybe they're sitting on the side of the street, right? Maybe you want to buy them lunch, but hand them a copy of this book, okay? Because what a lot of people are finding themselves, they're convinced that they're powerless. They're convinced they're powerless, but I'm telling you, you're a walking, breathing, talking piece of carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. You are an absolute miracle. And when you tune into what you really are, which we're going to do right now, you'll realize that the story you've been telling yourself, the reasons here is it's your journey to learn to let them go. And that even though you have evidence to prove them true, even though you have evidence to prove that this is true, I'm telling you right now, the fact that you're a walking, talking, breathing piece of carbon and hydrogen, and that you're this, you're also this. And this can't be broken, tainted, it can't be stolen. I'm going to share with you a bit more about the superconscious and how to pull in wisdom from your higher self. So this exercise, it's a good one. It starts off obvious and then ends in a beautiful place. So stick with me. Stick with me on this little exercise. So please just close your eyes. Please close your eyes. And now as you do, I want you please to notice that you are not your house. I want you to notice you are not your home, you are not your house. Just acknowledge that truth. Yeah, pretty easy. Keeping your eyes closed. Now acknowledge that you are not your things. You are not your car. You are not your clothes. You are not your jewelry. Just acknowledge you are not them. And now acknowledge that you are not your relationships. Just acknowledge and notice you are not them. You have them, but you are not them. You are not your relationships. And now notice that you are not your creations. You are not your books. You are not your business. You're not your art or poetry. You are not your children. You are not them. Just acknowledge you're not them. You have them, but you are not them. And now acknowledge that you are not the clothes you're wearing right now. You are not them. You are You have them, you are in them, but you are not them. And continuing, now acknowledge that you are not your body. You are not your foot. You are not your nose. Acknowledge right now that you are not your body. You have a body, you have a foot, you have a nose, but you are not it. So now continue and acknowledge that you are not your feelings. You are not your emotions. You are not your feelings. You are not your emotions. You are not your feelings. You have emotions. You have feelings. But you are not them. You are not your feelings. And continue to notice that you are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You have thoughts. You're not your thoughts. And continue to notice you are not your story. You're not your past, present, or future. You're not your story. Just acknowledge you have a story. You have a past. You have thoughts. You have emotions. You have a body. You have clothes. You have a house. You have relationships. You have creations, but you're not any of it. You are not your story. And just notice that you're not any of those. So what are you? What is this? When you're ready, just come back to the session and let me know. What are you? Hmm. You're the it behind it all. And so that consciousness that's behind all of it has three different aspects to it. The first aspect is self-conscious. The self-conscious has a name, has a body, has an identity, has a family, has clothes, and the self-conscious lives in polarity. The self-conscious has life, has death, has good, has bad. So it's symbolized as a circle, one light, one dark. It lives in polarity. It lives in good and bad. It lives in health and illness. It lives in all of that. The second part of what you are is unconscious. The unconscious is a part of you that's running the ship, running the body, that wants to keep you alive. Okay. The unconscious wants balance. It has one goal, and that is to keep you alive. Now, these two, your unconscious and your self-conscious, because they have different goals, these can be in a lot of conflict. See, one part of you wants a good life. The other part of you just wants a long life. Can you see how a good life and a long life are in conflict? Now, it doesn't make sense straight away, but here's what the unconscious wants. The unconscious just wants to survive. And the number one belief it has is, if I've already survived it, then I'm just going to keep on doing that. Because if I haven't died from it yet, why change? And so what's most frustrating to us is that the self-conscious wants change. The unconscious wants to stay the same. And these two fight. One goes, I'm going to go make more money. This one, not wanting to change, throws up thoughts and feelings to pull you back to the way it's always been. This part says, I'm going to go start a new relationship. This part goes, yeah, but this one's not so bad. And that's where the oscillation comes in. The unconscious is drawn as a circle with a cross in the middle of it, because it's the balance between thoughts and feelings. It's the balance point. It doesn't want to change. It's like a thermostat. If you have more, it brings it back to the way it's always been. If you have too little, it brings it back. It finds a balance point. This balance point is passed down from your family. And so then we have another part of us, the part that you were just tapping into. This is the superconscious. This part of us is the superconscious. And it's infinite wisdom and potential. And so what we teach is how to step into the superconscious, which is drawn as a circle with a dot in it, because you are just one dot connected to the all, without time, without space, as a reflection of whatever we are having a human experience. So what we do is we want to let go of this and live here. Let go of this and live here. And that's what you're going to learn in this book, is learning how to let go of here and living up here. What we intend to do is to create rapport. We want to create rapport on all levels of your consciousness. Okay. Create rapport on all levels of your consciousness so that you don't have to fight yourself. Does that make sense? We want to create rapport. The way that we create rapport is we let the self-conscious choose a new reality that we would like to manifest. We train the unconscious that that new reality is going to be safe. And then we use the superconscious to invent and pull in wisdom how we're going to do it. Self-conscious chooses, superconscious invents, unconscious allows or denies. And we do it through a 5-step system, which is the most predictable system on the planet for creating a life you love, for manifesting billions, for creating a new body, a healthy and happy family. It's the answer. That's what this book's about. So to do it, the very first step, as we stand here in the current reality, is the first step is to let go of this. Not fix it, not change it, not heal it, but let it go. Can I show you how to do that real quick? And then do a quick explanation of the book. The information that I'm sharing goes over people's heads sometimes because it's so far outside of their current awareness that they struggle to even believe that they have a power within them that is shaping reality and bending it. But if you allow yourself to suspend disbelief for just a moment and you just try this on for just a few months, you will come to realize that you are it. You've just not been giving it a shot because you have been convinced through society, through schooling, through family, through everything you could imagine that you're not it. So I want you to take a moment right now, close your eyes, and I'd like you please to imagine that you have no past. Imagine you have no past. Make it up and imagine there is no past. Notice what that is like if you were to imagine it, make it up. We know it's not true. Well, actually, it is true. But just acknowledge you have no past. Notice it. See what that would be like. Make it up. And when you've got that feeling, come back to the session. What's it like to have no past? Now, for many of you, that's empowering and freeing. And for some people, it's scary. I've had a few people ask whether today's session will be a replay. If you buy the book, you'll get a replay of this, which is why the $2.99 is the best you ever spend. And anyone that you buy the book for will get a replay of this too. So you might just want to think about the people you want to impact. Once, yeah, there's a link in the book. Yeah. So I'd like you to consider a dilemma that you have in life. Consider a dilemma that you have in life. Just a dilemma. Something trivial, something human. No trivial. My body shape's not the one I want. I don't have as much money in my bank account as I would like. Just a trivial human dilemma. And just notice how you relate to that dilemma. Notice how it feels to have that dilemma. Just notice what it's like. And now please close your eyes. Please close your eyes. And imagine you have no past. Imagine you have no past. With your eyes closed, imagine you have no past. Really go for it. Imagine the past is just washed away. Now, from a place of no past, can you please notice how you relate to that dilemma? What's different? What's changed? Come back to the session and let me know. From a place of no past, what's with that dilemma? Yeah, I'm seeing in the chat box, point of views change, doesn't bother me, I can see clearly, I can change, it doesn't matter, it doesn't seem personal, or it's all gone. And so the unconscious lives in the past because it wants to tell you about what you've already survived. And it wants you to know that what you're going for, you've not done before. And if you remember, the unconscious seeks balance and a long life, so it wants to stay the same. So it's basically those feelings of nervousness or worry or frustration. It's your unconscious saying just one thing: you've not done that before, and I don't know if you will survive it. It's literally saying, I don't know if you're going to survive being rich because you and your family have never done it. I don't know if you're going to survive having that body shape because you or your family have never done it. And so as soon as you go into a place of no past, you let go of the unconscious and you get to see it from a super conscious perspective. Every piece of work that you do with me when we do Recode is about letting go of the past, not fixing it. So here's I want to tell you a truth about this. You don't have a past. You had a past. Does that make sense? You don't have a past. You had one. Do you know what you do have right now? A superconscious awareness that's already proven to heal cuts, create a body. We all know that you don't have a past. You had one. You have a superconscious awareness. And guess what? We know 35% minimum of all pharmaceuticals, the results that pharmaceuticals have, can be attributed to the placebo effect, which basically means a person believed that change will happen. Let me put it a different way. 35% of all results, minimum, are down to a superconscious focus that completely healed without needing any chemical reaction at all. Can I say it another time? They took the power of your belief and they called it the placebo effect and made it a joke instead of letting you realize that it's you tuning into your own highest mind and creating the change yourself. 35% is the minimum. When you allow yourself to realize that the placebo effect is actually the internal power of the body to heal, and that it's not a bad thing, it's the best thing imaginable. Who wouldn't want to create the change just with a sugar pill? Who wouldn't want that? Why would you want to have the chemicals? Just use your own internal system. That's when you realize that there's a power inside of you that if you stop identifying with the past, you can access. That's what this book's about. It's about how to manifest your reality. It's about how to tune into your superconscious and how you can use that to create amazing results. It's about how to create a life you love, about how to let go of who you've been and tune into your highest mind. And I hope you're excited because I am super excited to be sharing these amazing authors with you. The first chapter is by me, and you will love my chapter I've gone into detail of what you must do. In my opinion, you could get the whole book just for my chapter and to listen to this a few more times. The second chapter is by Diane, or Dee Murphy, as I love to call her. Dee was a U.S. Navy, is a U.S. Navy veteran. She realized that the warrior within is the courage to face herself. And she has this amazing imagination station that you're going to learn, and how she uses the morning meditation, asking empowered questions, and the shadow self. Dee is a badass, and her chapter is one of my favorites. Well, they're all my favorites. Okay. Sasha's chapter is the next one. Okay. And what's so great about his story is that practicing visualization and journaling trains the unconscious, but also is just understanding that nothing needs fixing. It's just focus. Someone write this down. Hocus focus. Hocus focus. When you understand where your focus goes, it pulls in realities. Now, this next chapter, one of my favorite people on the planet, Miss Tamala Davis. We've been to Africa twice. She's come out to Australia to be at my seminars. I don't think there's anyone that has been to more Magnetic Mind live programs than Tamala. Incredible, and she didn't tell anyone that she was going to be in a book. But an amazing businesswoman and also an amazing friend of mine. And it's just, I'm so grateful now, Tamala, I'm sure you're on here, to be able to say we are co-authors and soon to be best-selling. There she is, Tamala, you legend. But her chapter is about from survival focus to creation. How reaction keeps you in survival, and that joy signals alignment. Okay, I really love that. Is making the choice statements and acting as though her dreams are already real shifts out of victimhood into deliberate choice, and especially when it comes to business and finance. So, yeah, amazing chapter. Another amazing chapter, chapter 5. I mean, every single author. I mean, I literally handpicked these people. So, Monty, The Physics of Flow. Okay. Coach and like kind of a natural scientist. He bridges manifestation and physics, and it's really, really, really cool. Okay, the chapter that Monty put together, the spiritual law and the physics of the creative process, and also the way that, where is Monty? Is he on here? Is that he treats manifestation like an energetic experiment. Okay, it's really cool. It's a really great chapter. And so as you can see, each chapter is completely different, but it's holding the focus of the book. Okay. Yeah. If you get the paperback copy, you'll also get the recording of today as well. So Monty, love you. Next chapter by Dr. Omar or Clark Fisher, and Healing Through Choice. And I haven't seen Omar on here yet today, I don't think. But anyway, I loved it. I loved the chapter that we wrote together. So this is important. Is what he talks about is that health flows from self-acceptance and emotional ease, not struggle. Okay. And amazing story of healing chronic illness by changing the inner dialogue from I'm broken to I'm whole, and discovering the self-conscious work and healing through choice, and the choice of the end result of a vibrant, healthy body. Absolutely awesome. So very, very cool chapter, and I hope that you get a lot out of that, especially those of you who are wanting a health change. Sharon Mugovan, the next story from Lost to Light. Sharon, if you're here, this chapter really moved me. Really moved me, and because I can relate. Hey, Sharon, haven't seen you here yet, but I'm so thrilled that we're co-authors, because she talks about recounting a story of going from losing a loved one and the emptiness through to superconscious creation, and that learning and understanding that love never disappears. It transforms. And as I read her chapter, I really got this sense of emotional transmutation, how to transmute deep grief into purpose. And anyway, I'm so excited. Well, excited is not the best word. I'm just moved that this chapter's in the book. So really, 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 really thrilled that you've got it. The next chapter is by DK, and I haven't seen DK on today, but Mastering the Mind's Power. So DK is another person, has come out to Australia. I've seen him at multiple events. He's in my inner circle. And anyway, DK knows this stuff. He is a coach, and he discovered that many belief systems are holding people back. And this revelation is that you can choose to rewrite your life. You can choose to rewrite your life, and shifting out of an environment of being in the corporate and in the structures of the old world, and reprogramming and thinking different to get out of burnout and finding freedom through mental discipline. It's an amazing chapter. And this mental precision, this is what he talks about. He says something along the lines of mental discipline replaces self-talk, creating precise goals and meditating daily with a calm confidence, right? A calm confidence. Anyway, he calls this art mental precision and manifestation. He concludes it's less about magic and more about consistency of focus. There's that word again, hocus focus. So anyway, that's chapter 8. Chapter 9, I've seen her in the chat box, and she is amazing. She was one of my first coaches. Galit Rubin is here in the building, a fantastic coach, and I was so thrilled for our partnership for quite a few years. Galit was coaching inside of conscious education. She is a badass. People always say her sessions are transformative. Anyway, her chapter is about awakening the artist within. It's this transformation through creativity, from overachieving to full focus, and being able to truly let out who you really are, creative freedom and abundance, and understanding how things can just appear and flow, and being pulled through curiosity and play by letting go of your old stuff. It's a really good chapter. But the thing about her chapter is it's precise, and it gives you actionable things and actionable steps. So you will love that. So as you can see, this isn't just a book. This is a book that's brought together all these masters of it that have all used a system that I first put out to the world, and put it all together in their own way and share stories, which is why it's so important, because it's going to train your brain that it's not just Chris, it's not just these people, it's people just like me who have stories and backgrounds like me. And that is why it reprograms your mind, because you start to hear these stories. It gives you more examples of how it needs to go. And I don't know which chapter is going to be the most important to you. I don't know, but I know that you just need one to just go. Yeah, just connect you. Chapter 10, and I've seen her on here. Where is Carmen Roman? The freedom to surrender. Carmen's another person that I've had in Australia. She's come out here from the United States. I've seen her in my inner circle. Carmen, are you here? Still on the call? She's amazing. And I remember when we did the interview, when you guys get that, because you get a bunch of podcasts that come with the book. And I remember being like, gosh, it's been so long since we chatted, Carmen. And I'm going to say that again. It's now been even longer. So I'm thrilled. Carmen's story focused on releasing control, right? And to stop trying to manage manifestation, to let go. And really, if you have challenges with family stealing your focus, if you've been in a place where you've got this battle between doing what's right for you and doing what's right for family, and this internal conflict, this chapter is really important, right, Carmen? This ability to be able to be a loving family member and hold space for them without it stealing from what you want to do in your own life. And especially if you have loved ones that have special needs and things that they need, this is going to be very important to you. If you're a carer and you love your family, but at the same time, it feels like it's taking away your heart, and you're in that internal battle. You do love your family, you know that they need you, and you want to take care of them, but you're also going to go, if you're in this battle, this chapter is truly going to impact you. How to surrender and trust. Chapter 11, Miss Megan Bryant. And I was just chatting with Megan last week in my inner circle, manifesting from your authentic self. If it's out there, Megan's done it. You know, she has done so many different courses and programs, and she is a really great creator. In fact, I was learning a lot from what she was explaining in the chapter, which it takes a little bit for me to be, I didn't know that, but that makes sense. And so the main message that I get from Megan's chapter is you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. You attract who you are. And that is so crucial. You attract who you are, you know, really. Your life is a direct reflection of who you are. So, as you can tell, it's a pretty great book. And each chapter has had an amazing person pour their heart into, and combined, it's a book that you can pick up and read just one chapter, one person's thing, put down, and come back to it. You can share it, and it's obviously it's 11 books in one. So, guys, I am so excited, so thrilled to say the book is now live. It is available and it is ready for you. It is so ready for you. It is the second book in our Superconscious book series. The first one was Superconscious Transformation. This is the second one. And I would love if you could do one thing for me. And I never really ask this, but can you share this out? If we could all get, I don't know how to make the biggest impact in the world. It's $2.99. Like, I'm not making any money from this. None of the authors are making any money from this book. We just want to see this out and have as many people read it, get it, because as I said at the beginning, we're at a moment in our story, and it's whether we're going to, shift and pass the test or going to fail. So I would like to see, leaders of countries start to understand this. Leaders of businesses, leaders of you know, our communities. And so, could everyone do me a favor? Could you get the book? Could you share it out? Everyone who gets the book gets a replay of today. And I'd love to just choose to make it happen and make it a really, really, really big thing. So, authors, I'm so excited that you're here. We get to share it out. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be releasing a podcast from each of the authors. And so, as you read your book, you're then going to be able to go to my YouTube channel and my Instagram, and we'll send you an email, and you'll be able to meet and understand the authors at an even deeper level, which will be really exciting. So those will be coming out every single week for the next few months. So you'll be able to meet the authors and be able to understand who they are and why they wrote this book or contributed to it. So that's going to be amazing. And then you're going to get the book, and it's going to change your life. And I truly recommend, if you connect to one of these authors, is reach out to them personally. Connect with them. This work is our work, and I'm not the right teacher or coach for everybody. And it's true. I'm the right teacher and coach for the people that I'm the right one for. And then there's amazing teachers and coaches in this book and the other books that might just be right for you. Yeah. So I love you all so much. Have an amazing rest of your day. Do me that one favor, share this out. I'm so excited. Authors, thank you so much for being a part of this with me. Let's change the world. Let's change it. Let's choose to be creating that reality that we all want. Let's do that. So remember who you are today. Remember to be it, to see it, and start from a place of no past. Start from a place of no past. If you had no past today, how would you orient to life, your biggest dreams and your dilemmas? Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the book. Let me know how you go. Share it with all your friends. I appreciate you. And bye for now. Bye bye.